What does God say about love in the Bible? A lot. It starts out with the 10 Commandments. It says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, that's all. The 10 Commandments are summed up in those 2 commandments. Those 2 commands Jesus said. God hasn't changed his mind, right? So in the Old Testament, we have the 10 Commandments, and the first 4 deal with our relationship with God. If you love him with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, you're not going to have idols in your life. In other words, you don't have idols. You love God and God alone. Love, 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 love. I have a love relationship with God. I love him, and I know he loves me. I'm his favorite, actually. So if you love God, you're not going to take his name in vain. If you love God, you're going to want to be with other believers who love God too. And you end up, in the early church, it was actually called, when they came together, it was called a love feast. It was more like a covered dish dinner, and they all came together, and people said, oh my gosh, look how they love each other. The evidence that they were Christians, the evidence was not that they went to a church building because they didn't have any. The evidence was that people saw how they loved each other. Love does no harm to their brother. Love is there for them. So in the rest of the 10 Commandments, the other 6, it's all dealing with our relationship with other people, starting with honor your parents. So if you can't honor your parents, if you can't love your parents, nobody has perfect parents. My parents were pretty awesome, but even they made mistakes. I was their firstborn, so I got the brunt of it. But if you can't forgive your parents, you're never going to be able to love other people. It'll affect every relationship you have. So love starts with your parents, even if they were imperfect, if they were horrible parents. Take it to God, get in a place where you can honestly say, Father, forgive them. They didn't know what they were doing because they didn't. They didn't. And then you choose to love those who are unlovely. It's called unconditional love. It's the love of God flowing through us towards people who don't deserve it, any more than we deserve the love of God. None of us do. If we got what we deserved, we'd all burn in hell forever. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. He so loved the world that he gave Jesus, his only Son, to sacrifice, suffer, and die for us. That's love. And if you love somebody, you're not going to lie about them or gossip about them or steal from them. You're not going to have sex with their wife or covet what they have. You're going to be excited when they succeed. You're going to celebrate when they're celebrating. You're not going to be envious. So love is everything that is good. And we're commanded to love one another. It's not a suggestion. It's not a suggestion. It's an absolute commandment. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And if you do, then you'll have his love inside of you to love others, even your enemies. Jesus said, love your enemies. Who can do that? I can. I do. Because I love God. Woo, big time.